less than perfect credit, with government assistance programs. So just give me a couple of minutes over here, a couple of seconds. I am doing a little bit of housekeeping, going live on different places, and we are ready to go. So my name is Jerry Torres. I'm with Vision One Mortgage. And today, get excited. We're going to be learning about buying a house with different ways, different options that we have available. So let's get down to the nitty gritty of the content. This webinar is for you. Number one, if you're looking to buy or refinance a house today or in the near future, and you don't know where to start. This webinar is for you if you want to buy a house and you don't think you don't have enough money to do so. So we're going to be exploring different ways where, there are different government assistance programs that allow you to buy a house with little money out of pocket. This webinar is for you if you want to buy or refinance a house or investment home, but can't prove your income. There are some ways, creative ways, that you don't have to show income taxes, good or good. Next, this webinar is for you if you want to learn how to buy a house with government assistance, down payment assistance. We're going to be even covering how to buy a house by financing a good chunk of the closing costs. So you have to come up, you can come up with little money out of pocket. We're going to teach you how to buy a house even if you have no papers, and if you are a foreigner and only have an IT number, we can teach you how to do that as well. And some borrowers with certain occupations are eligible to receive a 3.5% gift, down payment assistance from the government. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. And at the end of the webinar tonight, we're even going to show you how to get a free $25 Home Depot card. I will try to teach you as much as I can in the limited time that we have together, which is between 20 to 30 minutes. And at the end of the webinar tonight, I'm going to show you how to take it further with us by booking a free 30-minute consultation. I don't want to be discussing any sensitive and private information over this webinar. So at the end, I'll tell you how you can book a free consultation, no obligation. My name is Jerry Torres. I'm with Vision One Mortgage. I've been in the business for over 16 years. I started really young, as you can see in the picture on the left, got married, became a top-selling, top-producing agent in Century 21 Excellence. And at the far right, that's the picture of my family. I have two beautiful kids. Rebecca, she's 4, and Nathan, he just turned 3. And by the way, he just learned how to write his name. So I'm proud of him. I love educating. I started doing live classes, but I learned that through technology, I can reach more people by having a weekly webinar style. So stay tuned. I promise that you're going to pick up at least one golden nugget that can help you realize the dream of home ownership. So buying a house could be a very scary process. Many people don't know where to start. A lot of people have a lot of doubts. They start thinking, do I even qualify for a mortgage? My credit, Jerry, is less than perfect and I still buy. And you'll be amazed the kind of programs that are available today that allow you to buy a property with a FICO as little as 580. And some people think my credit is really bad. Well, let us take a look at it. Let us define what bad is and help you get into a property as soon as possible. Benefits of home ownership. Being a homeowner has its perks. Number one, equity. Properties have been appreciating 5% for the last 10 years. So imagine if you purchase a property that was worth 300,000 10 years ago, by now it would probably be worth 450,000. So that's one of the equities. Number one, the profit that you accumulate on a house that you occupied, even if you earn $500,000, you're married, and you have occupied the property for 2 years, you don't have to pay a penny in income taxes. And as always, I'm going to be covering a lot of tax and legal strategies over here. I always advise you to run it with a professional, someone that knows, more than I do, so that you are safe in any tax strategy. Now, when you are a homeowner, you can write off to 750,000 or even more in interest. Okay, so that's another benefit of being a homeowner. All of the upgrades that you do on the property, they can help you reduce the amount of taxes if you have to pay any. That is called the cost basis. And a lot of people buy houses, they see it as an investment. They see it as something that they can pass on to their children. Okay. So now, what are the players in the home buying process? Number one, you have to start with talking to a homeowner, to a loan officer, mortgage loan originator. That will be me. My job will be to pre-qualify you because you never want to start looking for a property that you don't know, number one, if you're going to qualify for. You don't know the monthly payments or the amount that you need in order to purchase on that transaction. So my job will be to see the whole picture, your income, your job history, and to give a real estate agent a pre-qualification letter, a DU approval. That agent is going to listen to your needs, is going to sit down with you, is going to show you the inventory in a computer, and you're going to be choosing between 3 to 5 houses to go out and see. Okay. Now, once that agent has, successfully gotten an offer accepted, we're going to be opening escrow and title. What is escrow? Escrow is a third neutral party company that is going to ensure that the owner is actually the owner on the property, and escrow is going to receive the title from the owner. If you need financing when buying the property, escrow is going to receive the funding, and when everything is right, escrow will be closing. Before escrow closes, another party super important is the insurance agent. The insurance agent is going to be protecting not only the dwelling, but if you have the option to get homeowners insurance and protect the belongings inside, I mean, talk to your insurance agent when the time comes. And once escrow is open, one of the first things that you want to do is hire a home inspector, somebody that can go under the foundation, take a look at the roof, the structure, and all of the majors in the property, such as electrical, because you want to make sure that you're buying a property that it's in great condition. And one of the first people that I hire, or that we're going to be hiring in the home buying process is an appraiser. The job of the appraiser is to make sure that the value is there. A lot of people say, well, Jerry, what if the property doesn't appraise? What then? Well, at that point, your real estate agent is going to have to negotiate with the other agent for a discount because you never want to buy a property that is not worth what the listing price is, right? Okay. Next. So in a nutshell, how does the home buying process look? Number one, my job is to give you a pre-approval. Once you have that pre-approval, you sit down with your agent, you dream up about your wants and needs. You start the home hunting process with that real estate agent. Once you have an offer accepted, we can sit down again, regroup, and see if there is any changes in the loan programs that you might want to utilize. So you're going to be negotiating with the agent for the base price and terms. Once we have the offer accepted, we're going to be doing the appraisal, the home inspection. If the home inspector determines that there might be some lending require repairs that needed to be done or any other safe and healthy hazard, you can also negotiate that with the agent. All right. So when everything is said and done, you're going to be signing the loan doc, and at the end of when escrow closes, you're going to be receiving the keys of your house. Good or good. Now there are different types of programs depending on the type of loan that you want. For example, if you are planning on buying a property that is over $680,000, chances are you're gonna need what is called a jumbo loan. Okay, anything below 600,000, 705,000 and below, you can buy it with a first-time home buyer program. Now the good news is we have a jumbo loan that only requires you to put as little as 5% down. So call me on details, okay? And that program has no mortgage insurance. Very good. Now, for the people that are thinking of buying a property as a first-time home buyer, we have the standard FHA where you are required to put as little as 3.5% down. But stay tuned because just in a moment, I'm going to tell you how you can get down payment assistance so that you can even finance the down payment. Good or good. Now, we also have conventional programs for people that they have the capacity to put 20% down. They don't want to be paying the mortgage insurance, that additional premium. They can do so by applying for a conventional loan. We even have a 3% conventional if you find it more attractive. So, we can always talk about all of these details. And for the people that have served our country, the government would like to reward you by offering a VA loan. This loan carries no PMI, no down payment, okay? And usually the closing cost is lower than the other types of programs available in the market, okay? Now, we also have the reverse mortgage. Reverse mortgages are for 62 plus and younger generation that have accumulated some equity in their properties and are running a little bit pressed on cash. You have the ability to pull money through the means of a reverse mortgage. Okay. Again, call me on details. Now, what if you don't have the money for the down payment? Can you still buy a house? And the answer is absolutely yes, you can. How can you do that? There is a government agency, the California Housing Finance Authority, called HAFA, offers a variety of attractive loan programs to assist home buyers. How does this work? The Call HAFA is a standard FHA program where you can finance up to 96.5% of the property, typical FHA, up to 30-year fixed, fully amortized. Now, the down payment assistance, how does that work? Well, Call HAFA allows you to finance the down payment up to 3.5%. Okay, so that loan comes as a silent second. All right, so meaning you don't have to make monthly payments to it. The interest on the second is barely 3.5% or something like that. Is really low, and that you would only have to repay it. Okay, you have the ability to repay, to make monthly payments if you wanted to, but you would be forced to pay it when you refinance or sell the property. Now, what about the closing costs? Call HAFA even offers the ability to finance, depending on your FICO, between 3 to 4%. So if your FICO is 640, you can finance 3% of the closing cost. And if your FICO is 660, up to 4%. So think about it. The only thing that you probably have to worry is about putting the earnest money deposit when you buy a house. So talk to your agent to see how much you need. It's gonna run between 1 to 3%. But this program allows borrowers to come up with as little money as possible. You can finance houses, condominiums, and pods. Unfortunately, you cannot finance duplexes or fourplexes. Okay. On to the next one. Now, there are people in some occupations, such as peace officers, sheriffs, border patrol, correctional officers, law enforcement, firefighters, paramedics, teachers, and even people that work in a school and they're not necessarily a teacher. You guys could receive 3.5% free money to cover the down payment when you work in those professions. That is called the Golden State Finance Authority loan. And the good news is with this program, you don't have to be a first-time home buyer. As long as you intend to occupy the property as your primary residence, you can get this gift. Good or good? The FICO has to be 640, and you can use this program with FHA, VA, conventional, and even in some rural areas with the USDA. Good or good? Next. Now, there are a lot of things to consider when buying a house, especially for the first-time home buyer. Knowing exactly what lenders look into buyers makes the home prequalification faster and easier. So now let's discuss the three main factors that every lender is going to look into applicants. Number one, generally speaking, most programs, especially down payment assistance programs, are tailored for U.S. citizens and other national U.S. residents, such as permanent residents, aliens, people that have a work visa, refugees, people with asylum, they can get down payment assistance. Now, what about the people that don't have a legal residence or a legal status in this country? Can they still buy a house? And the answer is yes. This is the country of opportunity. Okay, God bless America. People that don't have papers can still buy a property. In the banks, there is this is called the item program. All they, as long as they're paying their taxes, they're reporting their income. They have the government gives them a number, you know, similar to a social security, but it's only good to pay taxes. Banks, there are some private programs. Private investors can lend you between 80%. Okay, so 15 to 20% down. That's what it is, depending on your credit. You can finance houses, condominiums, units, and even some properties that might not qualify with, for example, FHA, non-warrantable condos. You can buy them with the ITIM program. Good or good? Now, what is the second factor that all lenders look into borrowers? The second is income. They want to see that you have established job for at least 2 years, okay? And that your income is verifiable. They can track it down through means of providing a W-2. If you have a corporation, S Corp, C Corp, and they give you a K-1, well, you're going to have to show that. If you are a landlord getting non-passive income, you're going to have to show the Schedule E that shows hopefully the profits, right? And if you have miscellaneous income or interest income, that can also help you qualify for a property. Now, any type of income will help you. Overtime, bonuses, second jobs, even seasonal jobs can help you qualify for a house. Retirement income and even social security income can help you boost that. Because keep in mind, the higher your income, the more that you're going to qualify for a property. Now, what if you can't prove your income? You have no income taxes or you don't have 1099s. Can you still buy a property? And the answer is yes. There is a non-Q, non-prime loan program called the bank statement loan. With this program, as long as you're depositing the money in a bank and that money can be traced, you can buy with this program. So initially, I would probably ask you for 12 months of bank statements, and some underwriters, depending on the underwriter, depending on the bank, they might want to see 24 months of bank statements, okay? Now, you can borrow up to $5 million, okay, with a credit score as low as 600, and the banks will lend you up to 90% of the acquisition, good or good. You can buy properties that you intend to occupy, second houses, investment properties, and you can even buy 2 years out of foreclosure, short sale, bankruptcy, and deed in lieu. Good or good. You can buy houses, condos, and townhouses. All right. So what is the third factor that all lenders are going to look into borrowers? The third factor is credit. Your FICO score is a 3-digit number between 300 and 850. That little number will dictate your interest rate. It will dictate the down payment assistance that you can receive. So now, a lot of people don't know how the FICO is calculated. You'll be amazed. 35% of your FICO is composed of your payment history. If you make your payments on time, you're going to have a really high FICO. Lose one payment and it's not good. It's not going to look good, okay? So the next one is how much you owe, or lenders, they call it credit utilization. Lenders want to see that you don't max out your credit cards, that you keep them 30% or below of the balance, okay? Now, do you really want to have a high FICO? Keep them 10% and below, and that is really going to boost your FICO. Now, the other is 10% is credit mix. Lenders want to see that you're responsible, paying car payments, student loans, mortgages, all kinds of retail store credit cards. They want to see that you have a blend of different credit, and they see you're responsible when you make your payments on time. The other is length of history. The older the credit cards or the lines of credit, the better for you. Now, a lot of people might say, but Jerry, I mean, I'm 18 years old. I have no credit whatsoever. Or I'm 21, my parents didn't believe in credit. I have nothing. What can I do? I'm going to tell you a really good trick so that you can have a FICO within 30 days. All you have to do is find someone in your family, someone you know that can add you as an authorized user to a line of credit, to a credit card, and there you go. You're gonna have payment history. If it's an old account, that's gonna be lengthy. It's gonna really help you out, and just make sure that they're not maxed out because then it's not gonna help you. Okay. Now, what if you have poor credit? What if you being naughty? I mean, Santa Claus might not be coming to town, or is he? He Santa can still come to town even if you're being a little bit naughty. With the 550 FICO, you can still buy a house. And yes, there is a program by the FHA that would let you buy a property even if your FICO is as low as 550. Okay, so contact me for details on that program. A lot of people have many fears. A lot of the fears, and these fears stop you from buying. For example, one of the major fears is, Jerry, what if I lose the house? What if I cannot continue making the mortgage payment? Okay, and that's a valid fear. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you something. I rather be a homeowner and have some financial problems and not have the ability to make a payment than being a tenant. Okay, because look, as a homeowner, the foreclosure process can take up to 6 months. So you have 6 months to get back on your feet or to apply for a loan modification or come up with some arrangement with the bank. But if you are a tenant, if you haven't made the payment for on the 5th of the month, they're gonna give you the 3-day notice to pay or quit. And if you don't pay within those 3 days, the next notice is the eviction notice. They're going to start the eviction, and between 30 to 45 days, you're out. Okay. Now, I never recommend no one to wait for the landlords to initiate the unlawful detainer because that's going to taint your credit. That's going to become a public record. And the next time that you want to rent, that's going to be affecting you for 7 years. So you don't want to do that. The other fear that people have is, well, I'm an office guy. I don't know how to fix things. I am not very handy. Well, the solution is when you buy the property, just make sure that you talk to your realtor so that they give, you obtain what is called a home warranty. With the home warranty, all you have to do is worry about paying a deductible, and that warranty company, they make sure that you don't have to get your hands dirty. Okay, they do the repairs for you. The other fear is, Jerry, my payments are too high. Well, let me just tell you something. Before in 2008, when we experienced the mortgage meltdown, uh, a lot of that was fueled because back in the days, you didn't have to prove income in order to buy a house. There were a lot of stated programs. All you have to say is, yes, I am making $300,000 a year, and the bank will say, okay, I believe you, but your rate is going to be a little bit higher, right? So that's not the case anymore. Most of the programs out there, you need to verify income. So if the lender feels that you can make the payment, the one that you have been pre-qualified for, you can make it. Okay, so many times we think we cannot, but all requires a sacrifice. Okay, so we have to be smart with our money. Next, so if you're tired of having a landlord telling you what not to do or what to do, if you have kids and you're living on the second unit, if you feel your space is getting too small, or if you're tired of the rent going up, it's time to buy a house. Okay. So, I mean, right now we're really close to Christmas. Wouldn't it be nice for you to entertain your loved ones in a big living room? When summer comes, for the kids to be out playing, or even right now in winter, as long as they have a good raincoat or something, they could have a lot of fun. or if you love barbecuing, you love the pool like I do, all of those things, you can have them when you make the decision to become a homeowner. So, how can you talk to myself or my team? We offer a 30-minute free phone consultation where, we can explore all of the factors. We can, over the phone, we can have a little conversation and see your income, your length of, the history that you have in your credit, and we can give you ideas. And even if you don't qualify for a house, we never like to decline people. That is not in our vocabulary. If you don't qualify for a property right away, we're going to give you a plan that you can implement. So let us take a look at your credit as well. You'll be amazed. We have a lot of experience, with credit. We can give you some valuable insights so that you can buy a house sooner than later. So all you have to do is go to jerrytorres.pro/consult and book an over the phone consultation. Or if you want to see me in person as well, or my team, do so in the same booking page. You can book either a live or over the phone appointment. Now, the first 5 people to book an appointment right after this webinar will receive a $25 Home Depot card. Good or good? So you can use it for repairs on your next property. So again, go to jerrytorres.pro/consult. Wouldn't it have been nice for you to be celebrating Christmas in your new home? But it's okay. Your your New Year's resolution could be to be a homeowner. Okay, so don't let time go by. Interest rates are slowly going up, so the higher that they go up, the higher your payment, and the less of a home you're gonna be qualifying. So take advantage of the time. Properties are still going up. Um, Experts don't foresee a big crash like in 2008. Right now, we have seen a little bit of a slow in sales, but prices are still going up. So it's a great time to buy. Guys, I want to thank you for spending these 20 to 30 minutes with me over here. Again, go to jerrytorres.pro/consult. We would like to help you become the dream of home ownership. So if we don't see you again, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you guys, and bye bye.